Hello, my YouTube peeps. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. I hope you decide to stay, and I hope you enjoy my videos. If you're not new, welcome back and thanks for returning. Today we're going to have a little chat, and I'm going to change Miss Gabi out of her little PJ outfit. Wokasu here is going to sit with us. Okay, a little update, guys, from Charleston. We went and met with the doctors and did the blood work and all that to get on the transplant list. We did receive a call yesterday that after reviewing Tony's CT scan, they want some more testing. So he does need to see a couple of specialists, which they want us to see the doctors there at their hospital. So that means at least one more trip and probably at least a couple back to Charleston before he's able to get on the transplant list. So financially, that's going to be very difficult. So we do need to keep his fundraiser going, and we need 10 more donors of $50 or more to do the waffle for the Yeti giveaway. And each $50 donation gets an entry. So like I've had a couple people that have donated $100, so they each got 2 entries into the giveaway. I ask, guys, I understand everybody is going through some hard times, so I don't ask anybody to put themselves in a bind. If you're able to donate, that's wonderful, and we greatly appreciate it. If you're not able to donate, we understand. That's completely fine. We ask that if you're the praying type, please send your prayers and share his GoFundMe or Cash App. I just ask that please no negative comments, guys. You know, we're going through a rough enough time as it is right now. I really need positive and encouraging vibes, not just negativity. It's hard enough for us to come on here and ask for people to donate because we are very independent people. We are the kind of people that likes to take care of people and give out charity and not ask for it. Just sometimes you have to. And when it comes to transplants, you know, they ask you to set up fundraisers because it is a very expensive process. But, you know, Tony's been doing dialysis for 7 years. It is very time consuming, and it can really wear you down. I'm grateful they have the dialysis. I'm grateful that I get to have my husband with me. But there are a lot of times that, you know, it's very cumbersome to Tony, and he's just ready to not have to do the whole thing that you have to go through when you have ESRD, because it's not just a matter of dialysis. It's a matter of your diet, the types of fluids that you can take in, how much fluid you can take in, It's a whole balancing act. You would never imagine everything that your kidneys control. So, even as a nurse, when I was still able to do nursing, I didn't work in the dialysis side of the medical field. And, there's no way you can know everything about the medical field out there. It's just way too vast and expansive. And, that's why you have specialists, because there's no way one person can know it all. But anyway, back to the point of, even though I was a nurse and I grew up around the medical field, I still had no idea everything that your kidneys controls, or influences. Even if it doesn't necessarily control it, there's a lot of things that it has influence over. So, wow, Miss Gabby, those socks are huge on you. I do mean huge. So, we have that going on. We also have an appointment coming up with the UK, which is in Lexington, Kentucky, which is also about 3.5 hours, 3 to 4 hours from us. I think about 3 or 3.5. Excuse me. We have that coming up March 5th. Like I said, guys, if you're able to donate, it would be greatly appreciated, and we could really use your support. And there again, if you're not able to donate, hey, completely understand. Not a big deal. Just encourage us with your kind thoughts. And like I said, if you're the praying type, I am somebody that completely believes prayers can move mountains. I have said many times that I would try to share the story of our dialysis journey. I don't think I'm quite ready to share the story of everything that went on with that led up to his triple bypass. Hold on, guys. I forgot to get a bowl for her. So let me do that. Okay. We were in Savannah when Tony got diagnosed with CKD, which is chronic kidney disease. It is before they have to go on dialysis. He had went to the ER and thought he had pneumonia. He's had pneumonia at that time, a few times in his life, like 2 or 3 times. And so he thought he had pneumonia. Now, since CKD, he has had pneumonia. I couldn't even tell you how many times. I mean, like, since 2017, when he was diagnosed with CKD, till now, I think we've been in the hospital somewhere he's been admitted to the hospital somewhere around 50 times. I mean, I've lost count. I really can't tell you for sure. But anyway, at that time, he had only had it, I think, 2 or 3 times. But he felt like he had pneumonia. So we went to the ER, and they came in and they asked him, how long have you had kidney disease? Or how long have you had kidney failure? That's what they said. And we both looked at each other and we said, as far as we know, he doesn't. Because at this time, guys, anybody that has seen the movie Austin Powers, when he wakes up from the cryo chamber and he's standing there and peeing for forever, that was Tony. I mean, that man peed and peed and peed. I mean, he took the longest pees of any human being I've ever known. In fact, that was his nickname. People would call him Austin Powers. So we were like, we didn't know he had kidney disease. Well, anyway, they were like, yes, he does. Well, at that time, you know, he had high blood pressure, diabetes, everything. We had tried to get medical insurance for him before getting diagnosed with CKD. It was almost $300 a month just for him. We couldn't afford it. So naturally, once he was diagnosed with CKD, it was even more expensive for his insurance. So we tried to get a nephrologist that would let us be on a payment plan, you know, to pay out for the visits. And no, nobody would do that. It was in between $200 and $300 for the first visit. And then I can't remember exactly, but I know it was going to be well over $100 for each visit after that. But like I said, they wouldn't let us do a payment plan. So we weren't able to do, you know, go to a nephrologist. His, excuse me, guys, I'm sorry. I still have some residual from the bronchitis. Anyway, his primary care doctor did work hand in hand with a nephrologist, because we did find a nephrologist basically that agreed, you know, to do that, to work hand in hand with his PCP. And things weren't getting better. Well, my mom passed away in 2018. And my dad wasn't in very good health. And my husband's dad wasn't in the best of health. And so we moved back to Oklahoma to be closer to family. We moved my dad on our property in an RV. And I'm so sorry, guys. Let me get a cough drop and see if that helps. Oh, I don't have them here with me. Okay. Well, we'll just try to get through this. Anyway, Tony was going in and out of the hospital all the time. His coloring was terrible. He was extremely pale and gray looking. His hands and everything was like swollen to 3 times their normal size. His face was swollen, his legs. I was having to prop him up with pillows on the couch. Because anytime he laid down with all the fluid, he couldn't breathe. So I asked like complete strangers. I mean, I won't say complete strangers, but people like at the pharmacy that I dealt with, and you know, the gas station that I regularly visited and everything. Um, hey, if you're the praying type, please pray. I called my representative of my state and just cried and begged and pleaded, what do I do? Do I just sit back and watch my husband die? Because that's what's happening. Because he had not been deemed disabled at that time, we had went through the process of filing for disability, and it's not an easy process, and they had denied him. And anyway, because he was not deemed disabled, as far as Medicaid and everything went, they looked at it as he was able to work, so he didn't qualify for Medicaid. While we were there in Oklahoma, we went through 3 different hospitals, just trying to find somebody to help us. We went to TMC, which is Texoma Medical Center, and a wonderful doctor named Dr. Prasad. The first time we went to that hospital, Tony was admitted, and Dr. Prasad came in and said, hey, you're going to need dialysis, and you're going to need it soon. I'm not doing it this visit because I want you to have time to decide which route you want to take, whether you want to do PD or you want to do hemo, which PD dialysis is peritoneal dialysis. It's a tube that goes into your belly, and it'll put fluid in there, and that fluid draws all the poisons and everything into your peritoneal cavity, and then after it sits there for a little bit, you drain it out, and it drains out all the poisons and the excess fluid. And hemodialysis is, where you actually stick yourself, or if you go in center, they stick you with needles, and it draws your blood out, filters it, and puts it back in. We opted to go with PD. Now, we did a lot of research and everything, because exactly a month later, Tony was back in TMC. And Dr. Prasad said, okay, what did you decide? Because we're at that point. He was then put on dialysis. And here's where it's so crazy is he was having all that trouble with his kidneys, and couldn't get the help that he needed to help prevent and prolong him going to the stage of ESRD and having to do dialysis. But the moment you have to go on dialysis, you're automatically approved for Social Security. There are 2 things that there is no fighting. It's automatic approval, and that is blindness and ESRD. So the minute Tony started dialysis, he was approved for Social Security, which to me is so sad that we couldn't get help before then, because his dad also has stage 3 CKD. And once you get to stage 5, that's ESRD. That's dialysis stage. But his dad has stage 3. We found out that his dad had that shortly after we moved back to Oklahoma. And I think his dad was stage 2 at that time. And so this was 2018, guys. 2018. maybe early 19 that his dad was diagnosed with stage 2. Okay, we are in 2026 and his dad is only in stage 3. Because he has been able to do the regular doctor appointments and maintenance with medication and everything to try to keep it from progressing. Tony went from stage 2 to stage 5 in 2 years. Because we didn't have the means to do that. Anyway, my point to this whole ordeal is I truly believe prayers is what got Tony through during the time frame that he was waiting to be able to get on dialysis. So, you know, if you don't have the ability to donate financially, hey, we greatly appreciate and will welcome all the prayers you're willing to give. Because that's just one instance. I mean, prayers has gotten us through a lot, but that's just one of the major incidences that I truly believe prayer is the only thing that got us through. The other situation is when he had to have his triple bypass. But like I said, that story will come at another day. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Right now is just a really, really hard time. I'm sorry I haven't come on and done more content. I do want to, and I do miss you guys, but I don't really like to come on and just do down videos, and I feel that right now everything that's going on, I'm so stressed and just 9 million things on my brain that I feel like I can't be the happy, positive person that I usually am and that I want to be. I am a very, believe it or not, private person, and I don't want people to see that side of me, the downside, and I want people to see my smile, bubbly, you know, and happy self. So, just know that you're greatly appreciated, and I think about y'all every day. I do miss you guys when I'm away. So I just hope each and every one of you have a wonderful day, and may God bless you all. Thank you for stopping by and spending some of your time with me. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. And please share my husband's Cash App or GoFundMe, and share a little bit about our story. Have a wonderful day, guys, and I'll see you next time.